Hola! So we're back on bacon. You remember, I'm gonna guess 3 weeks ago we jumped in and we did some bacon, and we did a Parlor Farm peppery blend bacon from Amos. Do you remember Amos? And you wouldn't, but Amos was a 676 pound Berkshire Barrow that we've raised for a year and a half or more right here at Parlor Farms. And well, he gave us 80 pounds of bacon off of him, and I should say he gave us 80 pounds of pork belly, and we're going to make some bacon out of it. And we went ahead 3 weeks ago and we started with these two that were one little slab we cut out and sectioned, squared it up, made it pretty. And this is 121, so we go into our book, which is our record book, where we write everything down and we know everything we're doing, if I chose to write it down that day. And we're going to go through the next steps. So let's see, 121, Parlor Farms Peppery Blend Bacon. Amos belly, weighed 2,000 grams roughly. 2% salt, 0.25% cure number 1. Remember, because we're going to cook it. In fact, these we're going to hot smoke. And the last bacon I did, normally I do a cold smoke on them, but I want to do a hot smoke on them. I don't know why, I just do. That's it. I decided, and I said I'm going to do a hot smoke on it. So anything you're going to cook or do in less than 30 days, like bacon, you'd want to use cure number 1, which is only has salt and sodium nitrite in it. Cure number 2 is anything longer than 30 days. It has salt nitrate and nitrite, but you wouldn't cook with it, because even in the smallest trace amounts, it still has a potential of producing some type of carcinogenic. But in any case, we're not doing that. We're not going to cook with cure number 2 unless you let it sit for longer than, say, 60 days, and maybe even done some other things. You can add some accelerants to get rid of the nitrates. But I'm a believer in using nitrite when I do bacon. I use it for nitrates for almost everything that I do, but nitrites for bacon, particularly because it gives it the bacony flavor that we love. A little tinny flavor, and for me, I like it. A lot of guys don't use curing salts when they do their bacon, and that's fine. In my opinion, you're eating roasted pork, and that's okay too. It tastes delicious. I'm sure it does. But I like it. I like it in my stuff. But anyway, 2% salt, 2% brown sugar, and I used, for the cure, regular brown sugar. Ooh, makes me feel good. Yeah. And I don't have the box in here, but it's your standard brown sugar. Brown sugar is the white sugar with molasses in it. And I don't know what else they do to it to make it brown, but it sure tastes better than white sugar. The question was, and is what about using maple sugar at some ridiculous price for this thing of maple sugar that I can't seem to get back into it? So I'm going to have to put it into a grinder. But anyway, I'm not going to use it. Here's why, and I'll tell you why. The first time I used pure maple sugar like this from our good friends up north, it didn't give me any maple flavoring. I mean, literally gave me no maple flavoring. And I used a lot of it. And even when so you know what I use this for? If I'm drinking bourbon or something like that, I'll put a little cube of this into my bourbon. And that gives me some nice, like, mapley, sugary flavor in there. But for some reason, in the cured products, cooked products, I couldn't get any success with this. Now, since we're going to be cooking this for the next layer, because I'm going to add some more sugar to it, we're going to take it out today. We're going to wipe it down. I am not going to rinse it like some do, but I'm going to wipe it down a little bit. And I'm going to add a second layer of sweetener, brown sugar, so to speak. But I want to talk about the different brown sugars. So this is sugar and molasses in it. When you cook with this above 250 degrees, it burns. That's why you don't use this when you're doing whole hog. You can use this on ribs. If you're smoking ribs, you don't go above 212 if you're really, you know what you're doing. Barbecue guys, if you know what you're doing, you're not going above 212, maybe 220 if it gets out of control, right? And you can use brown sugar on that, but you go up to 250 like when you're doing a whole hog, You don't want to use this because at 250 you'd be burning the brown sugar, and you don't want to burn sugar. In that particular case, you would use this raw cane sugar right here. It looks like brown sugar, but this will take a much higher temperature without burning than the brown sugar. And I've already established that we're not going to use this. What's that leave us with? Pure maple syrup. Oh, that's delicious. Yes, comes from Ohio. I was going to say our friends from Canada also, but no. But didn't you ever compare pure maple syrup up next to the good old log cabin? This is like comparing Dukes and Hellmann's. All right, one tastes good and the other one doesn't. Don't get me wrong, I love pure maple syrup. It's delicious, but I wouldn't put it on my pancakes because it's missing something. All right. Now, this is more healthy, yes, in its delicious healthiness, right? Good for your body. This is less healthy, but it tastes so much better, and you and I both know it. So I'm gonna be putting this on my peppery blend, and I'm gonna let it sit in the refrigerator. I'm gonna wipe it down, put it in one of these little pans, I'll cover it and smear it with my log cabin syrup. We grew up on it, and it's fine. They took out all the high fructose corn syrup in it, so it has to be good. And I'm gonna smother that with it. I'm gonna put it in that pan. I'm gonna put it in my drying chamber. And I'm just gonna let it dry for a few days like that. It's gonna start to set up and get a little bit tacky. At some point, probably in another week, I'm gonna go ahead and take it out, and whatever's not falling off of it, dripping off of it, I'm gonna just kind of wipe down and set it in another tray, maybe on a cookie sheet, and just kind of let it sit there. I know you're looking at me right now, Robert, saying, don't do it, Tony, don't do it. I'm gonna do it. We're gonna try it, because I haven't done that before. I've done the brown sugar, I've done the maple syrup. Typically, you take it out now and you cover it with a beautiful bit of brown sugar or maple sugar, or that sugar in the raw turbino cane sugar. I'm sorry, I have to. I'm parched. But I'm not. I'm going to try this one with some log cabin and see how it goes. It might not go well. I'm fine with that. It's all experimentations, what we're going to do. This one here is the lemongrass one. You remember this one? What's the number on this one? This one is number 122. I could have guessed that one. And this is 2% salt, 2% brown sugar, 1 cup of the Thai chicken marinade, which is, when I make chicken Thai satay, it's a lemongrass-based marinade that is just phenomenal. So I thought, hey, I had a cup left over. Why not cure some bacon with it, right? I don't even know if citrus and bacon flavor go together. All right, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna see. Because what do we say? You know, we experiment. Why not? Why the hell not? Just give her a go. So that's what we're gonna do. You can hang around, you know, you can sit and watch me. You can go play in the other room with yourself. You can do whatever you want to do. Woo! It's one of my favorite parts is opening the bag and getting the smell immediately as it comes out. What's your smell like? Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. Like I said, this was a fairly dry, you see there's not a lot of liquid in there. That's a fairly dry cure. I'm not even gonna wipe that down. I'm just gonna leave that like that. I'm gonna look at all the sides to it. That looks so nice. Everything's nice and firm. I got one little bit over here of the like spongy fat, you know, the soft fat. That's the, you know what it is. But it's nice and firm. That cured out nicely. But let's go ahead and throw in some devil juice from the Americas. I hope this is from America anyway. This is easily some of my funnest part of doing any of this stuff, is getting to play with my meat. Talk about it I mean, seriously, you child, isn't that something you always wanted to do? Play with your meat, talk about it, right in the middle of it. Hoping your mama didn't want, or in my case, my brothers or sisters. They was always such nosy sons of guns. And this is the best part I like about it. When you watch all the barbecue shows, they just grab that bottle of barbecue sauce with their hands all covered with barbecue goo, just like I'm doing right now. And I always think to myself, how the hell do they do that? They is so just dirty. I mean, now everything's sticky. You can't use anything more inside there. So I'm not going to. It's going to get thrown away like that. Right there. Boom. Done. Ooh, look at that. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is nice. I got to admit, there's not a fella out there that don't like playing with his meat, especially when you got all that slippery goo sweet stuff on it. Anyway, so this will go for another week. Yeah, how you do it now? It's on my nose. That's on my nose. This will go for another week. Better dry a little bit. I think it literally went up my nose. Log cabin in the nose. All right, this one I'm not 100% sure about. And I do have no pair of gloves. I'm out of gloves in this room. I gotta go to another room. I do. You guys know I ain't a fan of wearing gloves. But if anything good come out of COVID, I guess we started wearing gloves. I don't know why I think it's good. I actually don't think it's good, but nonetheless, we wear them now. Oh my God. Oh, that's an interesting smell. Oh, see, that's why I told you, I don't know if citrus, I don't know if citrus and bacon go well together. Because this is that's kind of a funky smell. I'm gonna put that right there. That's interesting. It's almost like the lemongrass went a little sour. Paper towels right here. And those were all fresh ingredients, no powdered or anything like that. It's not sour, but it has an interesting aroma. You know? You have to get the little lady to empty that garbage later. She likes it when I call her the little lady. Hey, baby! Oh, Lord. All right. Uh-oh, got all my coat now. Should be wearing an apron. I don't need to take a lot of it off of there. Oh, now it's on my shoe. This one, will get covered with brown sugar. But not your regular brown sugar, but your Torbino raw cane sugar. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know 100% why. Some say, well, how do you know how much to put on there? No, I don't actually. I don't put on as much as it'll take. Yeah, you know. And I'll come out every day and flip these in their pan. Put on as much as it'll take. And then put some more on. Again, this one will be interesting because I don't literally have a clue. Fascinated with trying things out. But at the same time, you know, you hate wasting a beautiful piece of belly. If the flavor profile doesn't work. But you know what, I'll be honest with you, I'm an 80-20. I'm an 80-20 guy. Used to be a 90-10. You know, 90% of what I tried, hit pretty good. 10% of it was junk. My British friends would say, we bin it. We're going to bin it. Throw it in the bin. Today, I'm more of an 80-20. Probably 20% of what I do is junk. Now, when I was young and I was in the dating pool, it was just the opposite. 90% of what I tried didn't work. The ladies just laughed at me. And 10% of the time, though, I found that one oddball that seemed to enjoy my kind of crazy. Alright. So there we have it. One there. We're going to put that there. The whole thing's going to go there. We're going to let it sit there. Every day I'm going to come out and flip her over. I should probably put that one in an aluminum pan. I don't know why I didn't. Because I'm a dumbass, you know, bottom line. Because that's going to pull out liquid too. But you know what? I'm just going to leave it in there and let it go. I don't need to dirty up another pan. I didn't want them melding their flavors, so that'd be wrong. So this will go in for a week. Turn it every day. Hopefully by the end of the week, we got some drying action because it's just going into my drying chamber. And then we'll take it out. And I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to just try to let it dry some more, and then we're going to hot smoke it. Experiment, you know? We'll see. 80-20. I'm hoping this is one of the good ones.